Stonks. Stonks.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Nice.
I woke up feeling like this gon' be my day. I got that pumping fire every step I take. Living that wild life, not stopping out no way. Just seeing green lights won't never touch the brakes. Let me tell you something. 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 Right now, right now. Why are you crying? Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling.
Hey, that's pretty good.
This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spread. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something. 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 Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, everyone. Today we are going to be discussing how Bitcoin just broke a new all-time high. It broke $62,300, which was our previous all-time high up until about 8 hours ago when Bitcoin broke above 63,000. We are currently trading at $62,600. We have to talk about all of that and more in today's video, guys. We have so much news to cover, so much analysis to do, and I'm looking forward to it. We are joined, as always, by your president, Non-Crypto Tim, otherwise known as The Beard.
What's up, everybody? Come on, Bitcoin breaking through that freaking 61.
Let's go, Bitcoin.
Oh, it's about time.
Real good feeling, huh? We are also joined, as always, by none other than Smee the Tree. Shout out to Smee.
Hi, everybody. Bitcoin's doing great, and so are you, and so am I.
If you're wondering where all the sound clips were coming from during the intro, that was Smee having a little too much fun with the soundboard. He said, okay, I'll stop about 4 times. In breach of the integrity core value, are we?
Whoa. Don't start saying stuff like that.
Guys, we are sponsored, as always, by Smee. Smee, you are the sponsor of today's video, correct?
I'm going to be sponsoring him with money. Here
Yes.
you go.
Give me
Here you
that.
go.
Let's see it. Yeah, okay. We're sponsored by Smee's Death Star. He drew a Death Star. It's pretty cool.
No, on the other side is money.
On the other side is money. He gave us a $69 bill.
Read it.
Okay. He says, in Smee we tree.
It's me, we tree.
And it says,
Oh my God.
It says nice. And it also says this is real. So, cool. We're also joined by Terrible Thumbnails.
Yes.
Get yours today with a broken editing computer.
Yes.
Our editing computer is broken. That's why our thumbnail looks like it was made by a kindergartner trying to do an art project that even he managed to get a 0 on. That's okay, though.
That's rough.
That's pretty rough. Anyway, guys, we have a lot we need to talk about in today's video. Where are we going to start, Tim?
Well, we are going to start by letting you know that free of charge today and today only, but then also every other day you can hit that like button.
Yes.
It's not going to affect you whatsoever. You can also hit the subscribe button as well if you would like.
It is indeed free.
But no, moving on. We're breaking news. Breaking news, and this is actually very important. Maybe one of the most important things we're going to discuss today is the new Simpsons episode that predicts a Bitcoin price. Jebb, I'll let you read it.
Let's go to screen, and I want to show you guys this because everyone knows that The Simpsons is full of prophecy, and they've just made another prophecy. The Simpson episode shows Bitcoin going to infinity. Bitcoin has once again made the longest-running scripted TV show in history, Burger King's. The 18th episode in season 32 of the iconic animated sitcom The Simpsons shows the largest cryptocurrency priced at infinity. You can see it right here. GME is at $1 trillion. Fox is down as always, but that's okay because Bitcoin is going to the freaking moon. Drop a like if you agree. Guys, I do want to mention one thing before we get started, and that is that I have pulled a few strings with our marketing director, Shannon, who has decided to go ahead and extend the sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy until midnight. So, if you want to get into the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy by using coupon code April2021 for $40 off at checkout, you can do so with the first link in the description box down below. We'll talk about that more later on, but I think it's time. Guys, we're going to start off with some Bitcoin technical analysis. We're going to be brief because I did a lot of Bitcoin technical analysis in a video just now that's going to be going up later today, but I do want to lay the foundation for our conversation before we get into it. So let's go ahead and jump on over to the chart, and let's go ahead and start. Guys, this is where we are going, but this is where we're starting. The very first thing we need to do, obviously, is that we need to find our levels of support and resistance, and we need to find our uptrends and downtrends of support and resistance. We have a resistance uptrend right here. You can see that Bitcoin could be classified as still being in some form of rising trading channel. That much is true, but you guys will also notice that Bitcoin just a couple of days ago broke bullish out of this symmetrical triangle pattern right here. And in doing so, we have seen an increase in volume. You can see the volume has ever so slightly increased over the last 4 days. Not by much, but it is going up. And we can also see that the Bollinger Bands right here are actually getting tested. For the first time in the last several weeks, ever since early March, Bitcoin has had a candle body move all the way up here. I hit something on my mouse, and it changed my DPI. That's so weird. Anyway, you can see that the chart right here has rallied all the way up to $62,500 with a current new all-time high of $63,050. And that is indicative that volatility is coming back. So let's go back to full screen really quickly, guys. Like I said, we have a ton more technical analysis coming up on that later on in today's show, but also in today's video that's going to be coming out in a few hours. The point is, Bitcoin just rallied to $63,000, and we want to talk about some of the reasons that that's happened. Before we get into it, though, any questions you guys have about what's going on in chat, any questions about what's going on in the cryptocurrency market, go ahead and tell us in chat, and let's just spend a couple of minutes getting everybody ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, someone said ETH needs to catch up to Bitcoin already. Well, I mean, Bitcoin had to catch up to Ethereum here in the last couple of weeks, so it's evening out.
I don't know what happened.
Let me see what else we got here. Is your mouse jacked up?
For all of the gamers there we go. I fixed the DPI. There's there's apparently a button on my mouse that changes the DPI.
Yeah, I was about to help you, but you got it.
What do we see in chat? Let's just give it a couple of minutes.
How come this guy does never talk about XRP, but I think you just meant never. How come he never talks about XRP? Jebb, why don't you talk about XRP that much?
Because XRP sucks.
Oof.
Oof.
So speaking about XRP, we'll talk about it very quickly. Someone says XRP is king. You know what? First of all, XRP owners, got to give it to you. You made a smart bet. You've made some money.
It's true.
Did you guys see, though, that your former founder, McCaleb, is selling all of his stock of XRP? Now, is that just him hating on XRP, or is that him seeing something coming? I don't know. That's up to you. What do you guys think? But I think within this last couple hours, or maybe this last couple days, McCaleb has moved over 100 million XRP.
All I know, guys, is that Bitcoin was founded for the sole express purpose of overthrowing the current banking system, overthrowing the current currency system, and liberating everyone in this world to be given a currency that has a limited supply, that is decentralized in a way that brings the power back to the people. It's a very libertarian ideal. XRP stands opposed. It's antithetical to what Bitcoin set out to do. XRP. The company Ripple, by the way, and XRP are two very different things. XRP, the coin, is, yeah, whatever, but the company actually has a very interesting value proposition trying to make the banks more efficient. Here's the problem. The banks are inefficient because the banks are trying to overthrow the way that economies actually function by centrally planning them. It doesn't work. You're putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, and it's not something that's going to end up well for XRP or Ripple, the currency. Anyway.
Yeah, if you guys want to see a good technical analysis, though, on XRP, go to our Instagram page.
Yes.
I did a very compelling, informative technical analysis breakdown of everything happening at XRP. That what's curious about that one is that technical analysis will last all the time. So it'll never be old. It'll never not be useful. Go check it out on Instagram. So
absolutely. So let's go ahead and jump on to some news because we want to talk about this right here. Let's go ahead and jump on over to my screen because $769.4 million in Bitcoin was withdrawn from Coinbase by institutions in just 10 minutes. You guys know Coinbase's IPO is going live tomorrow, which Tim will be here to commentate that as I will be gone tomorrow. But $770 million worth of Bitcoin is leaving Coinbase in just 10 minutes, according to Glassnode. By the way, if you don't have an account on Glassnode, we're not even sponsored by them. Glassnode, if anyone's watching, I would love to have a sponsorship from you guys. Nevertheless, go sign up for Glassnode. Amazing on-chain indicators. Definitely a website you want to be using. Anyway, a recent chart from Glassnode analytics provider shows that on Sunday, April the 11th, a cryptocurrency whale transacted a jaw-dropping 12,638 Bitcoin from the largest US-based cryptocurrency exchange, Coinbase. This chart showed Moskovsky, Capital CIO, shows that a whopping $769.5 million was withdrawn from Coinbase. These coins were taken out of Coinbase within just 10 minutes. Now, here's the deal. Let's go back to full screen really quickly because there's multiple different ways that we can interpret this. Number one, guys, you know that Bitcoin is just broken out. Bitcoin's just set a new all-time high. Coinbase IPO is dropping tomorrow. There's a lot of great news going on in the space. So why would they move $770 million worth of Bitcoin out of the exchange? And Tim, you have a thought on this, and I'm pretty sure I disagree with you. So go ahead and tell the audience. Yeah, you were talking about you think them moving the cryptocurrency out of Coinbase is actually bad for Bitcoin, right?
I don't think I said that.
Okay, well, what was your take on this?
Oh, I just, moving out. Like, I think my point was that it's crazy how Bitcoin is continuing to blow up despite the fact that 770 million was removed.
Well, that's the thing. So you're saying despite the fact that it's continuing to blow up, this is happening despite the fact that Bitcoin is going up. So are you saying
I'm lost on what's happening here.
Okay, so Tim is saying, Tim, non-crypto Tim,
this is
your president.
This is the new stuff, yeah.
Your president is saying that despite $770 million leaving Coinbase, that Bitcoin is still rallying, which implies that $770 million leaving Coinbase is a bad thing for Bitcoin.
It could be.
I think that this is...
I know what you're saying now. I got you.
I think that this is actually a very good thing for Bitcoin, and I'll tell you exactly why. Whenever Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are being held on exchange, why would a whale that has $1 billion worth of Bitcoin leave cryptocurrency on exchange? If they're planning on selling it. If you're taking Bitcoin and cryptocurrency off of exchange, then you're probably, I don't know, I'd have to go and hunt down the transaction. They're probably moving it into a cold storage wallet to hold on to it for the long term. And this is a trend that we've seen happen so much over the last several months. We have seen so many people. We've talked about the hodlers, we've talked about the whales, we've talked about the institutions, we've talked about everybody moving Bitcoin off of exchanges to cold wallets so that they can hold it. And here's the deal. Whenever you lower the supply of a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and the demand goes up, the fundamentals are getting better, the technicals are getting better, the YouTube space is growing, the adoption is getting better on Bitcoin. So the demand for Bitcoin is going up, but the supply is going down. What kind of chart does this mean? What does this mean when the supply goes down and the demand goes up? It means the price is going to rally exponentially. So that's why I think this might actually be a very good thing for Bitcoin.
Now that I see what Jebb is saying, this is what I was saying this morning. I wasn't making a comment this is bad for Bitcoin. What I am saying is when we see that happen, which we've been seeing a lot the last couple of weeks, and there was even an article backing this up. So this really wasn't my thought. It was more an analyst's thought. When we see them pulling it off, we see the price temporarily go down. So what I was commenting on is despite the fact that we saw that much taken off, which caused a slight price decrease this weekend, we still have come back up over 63, which, so I wasn't saying it was bad for Bitcoin. I was saying it was temporarily affecting the price of Bitcoin.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
And that's
yeah.
solid.
Yeah. So guys, by the way, if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you smash that like button. We really appreciate everybody who has joined. Smay, can you please tell everybody to smash the like button?
Yeah. Let me give me 1 second.
In the world.
Hit the like button.
That's so creepy. That is so creepy. That's just not even funny how creepy that is. Anyway, guys, we have some more news we want to move on to, and then we're going to do some technical analysis here in a little bit. This is probably the most interesting piece of news that we have seen all day. Let's go ahead and jump onto my screen. Less illicit activity on Bitcoin than traditional banking system, says the former CIA director. Guys, I never thought that I would go to the CIA director to look for truth.
Come on.
Oh,
But here it is.
roasted!
Oh my gosh, man. But here it is. Seriously, the CIA director, former CIA director Michael Morell, former acting director of the CIA, published an independent paper commissioned by the Crypto Council for Innovation. By the way, this is something that I want to talk about here in a little bit with the Crypto Council for Innovation, which shows up right here. He said, in his research, he found that fear-mongering around cryptocurrency propagated by government officials like Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who, according to the cryptocurrency space, has horns and a forked tongue, does not hold any ground when put to the test. In fact, contrary to what these government officials warn people, the use of Bitcoin for illicit activities has been on a continuous decline, Morell in an interview with Forbes said. Just the opposite, that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies weren't rife with illicit activity. In fact, there was probably less illicit activity in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ecosystem than there is in the traditional banking system. You can see this chart right here. I will let you pause and read that if you are interested in it. Crypto forensic and analytic firms reason behind declining illicit use. This goes on to talk about how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are not built and constructed the same way as the banking system. There's much less need for oversight because it's not centralized, and that is leading to less corruption going on in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Guys, this is a really big deal because one of the major arguments that the traditional banking sector and governments like to make against Bitcoin to try and use propaganda to stop people from investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because they know what Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will do to their currency hegemony that they currently have. One of the big tools that they use is by claiming that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are used for illicit activity. Well, here's the deal. What's used for illicit activity more than anything else? I'll tell you what it is. The US dollar.
Yeah.
The paper dollar. Not even necessarily the digital dollar. The paper dollar. And by digital dollar, I mean, ones and zeros in a bank account somewhere on a computer. Cash is what people use for illicit activity. Bitcoin, every single transaction that has ever happened on Bitcoin is traceable. Every single one of them. If you're new to Bitcoin, you didn't know that. Bitcoin is not private. A lot of people will tell you that Bitcoin's private. Bitcoin is not private. Every single transaction is open and it is public. And for that reason, it is unwise to do anything illicit on Bitcoin. And that is one of the biggest talking points against Bitcoin. And according to the former CIA director, we finally have one thing true coming out of anyone related to the CIA, that Bitcoin is not that. Tim, what are your thoughts on that, and what are we seeing in chat?
What I think is really funny is when you look at the main voices of the argument that Bitcoin will be used for illegal activity and that we should watch out for it and it should be regulated. You got the Janet Yellen, you got the CEO of JP Morgan. What do there's more. I don't know all the specific names, but what do they all have in common? They are backed by the big banking system.
Yep.
They are for centralized finance. This is fear-mongering.
Yep.
This is, oh my gosh, Bitcoin is about to wipe us out of the water. Let's see what kind of garbage we can throw at it and see what sticks. And the CIA director, the former CIA director, is coming out and saying, guess what? That argument is absolutely poo-poo.
Yep.
That argument has nothing to do with it. And we've been saying this for a while. I've been saying it to Jebb. I'm like, listen, the argument that Bitcoin can be used for illegal activity, yeah, but since when has... Nothing we will ever do will stop people from doing things illegally. That's just absolutely
That's just
ludicrous.
the nature of it.
People who want to break the law will break the law and they'll find a way to do it. But what's crazy is that actual people who know what they're talking about are now saying, you know what, actually, there's way more illegal activity happening on fiat currencies than there are on Bitcoin. So that argument is absolutely stupid.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Who defines what illegal is anyway?
Yeah.
The central government who's in charge of the currency. There are plenty of things that our currency does that is not illegal, because the people that define what is illegal and what is not illegal are the people doing that thing with the currency that should be illegal, such as embracing inflationary monetary policy to push out all kinds of government expenditure, which does not in the long term, or most of the time, not even in the short term, help the populace, but destroys your currency, destroys your valuation, and steals from your future and the future generations that are going to have to live in this world that we have taxed out of existence so that we can make ourselves better right now. We have lived somewhat securely through this COVID pandemic, but you know what the next 10 years are going to be? The next 10 years are going to be us trying to pay off all of the debts that we've taken out against our future to make up for all of the economic turmoil that we've been in right now. And where did the turmoil come from in the first place? It came from inflationary monetary policy, and that, my friends, is why Bitcoin is in existence. That's why Bitcoin just hit all-time high. That's why Coinbase is worth $140 billion, and that's why the US dollar is going to be overtaken by Bitcoin at some point in the future. You can mark my words on that. Anyway, we had one more thing we wanted to talk about here, and that was what will happen to Bitcoin after this week's Coinbase IPO. We can look at this article really quickly because there are a couple of things that I want to touch on in here, Smay, if you'll go ahead and switch over. But really, I just want to open the floor, and I want to hear what chat has to say about the Coinbase IPO. What is Coinbase going public going to do for cryptocurrency in the short term and the long term? I have my opinions. This article has its opinions. Tim has his opinions. But I want to go ahead and read just a little bit of this so that you guys have some facts and figures in front of you in case you haven't seen them. This first quarter, that's January, February, and March of 2021, Coinbase reported $1.8 billion in earnings compared to only $1.3 billion in the entirety of 2020. That means their revenue is projected to grow by over 400%. That is a big deal for a company worth $10 million. That is unheard of for a company worth $100 billion like Coinbase is. That is absolutely absurd growth rate, guys. You don't hear that kind of growth rate anywhere. I'm serious. Like, Tesla doesn't grow that fast. No one grows that fast. This is a big deal. That's not just some article. That's not just some factoid that you can forget about. That's a big deal. Anyway, one more thing I want to point out is that with Fidelity, Square, Coinbase, and Paradigm having recently launched a crypto lobbying group, Crypto Council for Innovation, which you guys just saw a second ago over here with the illicit activity article that we had. He was talking about it. I forgot where it was, but he was talking about it right in here. This right here was launched by Fidelity, Square, Coinbase, and Paradigm. This is a new crypto lobbying group called the Crypto Council for Innovation, and they're hoping that regulation will turn more favorably towards cryptocurrencies. That's just a little factoid for you to have in the back of your head. New lobbying groups for cryptocurrency are starting to become a thing, and we all know that that's how you get anything to happen in politics in America, is you just buy it. So, I mean, if you're going to play their game, go ahead and win at it, I guess. And then we have one more thing here that it says $70,000 is the new target for the bulls. Every month this year so far has registered a new all-time high. That's a big deal. Every month this year so far has registered a new all-time high. And guys, we are going to be doing a little bit more technical analysis on Bitcoin here in a second, but I do want to open the floor for some discussion before we move on to that. So let's go ahead and go back to full screen. And are there any good questions in chat?
Yeah, what I'm looking at.
Someone said big banks are scared now. They know they're losing control. Absolutely. That is exactly the point.
Yeah. No, as far as this thought of like, okay, will Bitcoin be regulated? It probably will be. It probably will be. Now, under the thought of will it be outlawed? First of all, I don't think so. When you have, especially, I know we were talking about yesterday with the idea, and we talked about it the last couple of days, with the idea of China not just using Bitcoin against the U.S., but also trying to come up with their own digital currency. And the United States is sitting here saying, all right, how do we stop this from happening? Like the Biden administration, someone came out and said they're not worried about the short-term ramifications, but they are worried about the long-term ramifications. What is the number one way to stop China from using Bitcoin or even finance against us? By adopting and using that weapon yourself.
Yes.
Jebb talked about it yesterday.
Yep.
How do you stop a country that has a nuclear bomb? You have your own nuclear bomb.
Exactly.
So as far as the argument, will there be regulation or will there be a outlawing of Bitcoin? It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Because at the end of the day, we've seen it happen in history when they tried to outlaw gold. We've seen it happen in history where they tried to outlaw a lot of other things, alcohol,
Yep.
When the people speak up, when the government, when centralized and one entity has the voice and people speak against it, they can only stand for so long before they have to break. That's what we are seeing. We are seeing the last ditch efforts of JP Morgan and big banks and all these centralized government fiat lovers making their last desperate stake at trying to keep you underneath their thumb. And Bitcoin is an unstoppable train that is coming for them, and the ones that will succeed are the ones that get behind it, who don't try to get in its way.
Here's
go ahead.
the deal, guys. When Bitcoin was launched, and the Genesis block was mined on January 3rd, 2009, Pandora's box was opened. And once you've opened Pandora's box can never be closed again. Computing technology started to become widespread in the 60s. The internet became widespread in the 90s. Cash has still been physical. Ever since computers started to take over our society, people have been dreaming about a cash payment system. By the way, if you don't know what cash actually means, everybody thinks they know what cash means. What cash means is it's a currency that I can directly transact with you. This right here, if Tim and I both agree that little Smee the Tree dollar or whatever this is currency, then me transacting this with Tim is cash, okay? Cash is something I directly transact with you without a middleman. There's no such thing as a digital cash right now, because any way that you transact the US dollar has to go through a middleman, has to go through PayPal or Stripe or Venmo or a bank or something like that. Bitcoin was the first example of something known as digital cash. That is a transaction that can happen on the internet digitally, directly from me to Tim, or from Tim to you, or from Smee to whoever. It was the first time in history. For 50 years, we've had computing technology, and finally, in 2009, we found out how to create something called digital cash, direct payments and remittances between myself and someone else without a middleman. That revolutionizes the entire game, because this is very important, guys. I need you to understand this, because this is pivotal to why Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies exist in the first place. When the car was invented in the early 1890s, late 1880s by Benz, one of the co-founders of Mercedes-Benz. When the car was invented, Pandora's box was open. The horseless carriage, the carriage with a horse pulling it, its days were limited. When the telephone came out, the telegraph's days were limited. When oil-powered ships came out, steamships were lifespans were limited. When factories came out, mom and pop shops were limited. There was a technological advancement that limited the time on what was already in existence. When flat screen televisions came out, cathode ray tube televisions, the really wide ones, their time was limited. Television and radio, that's just the way, that's the nature of technological development. Once you have opened Pandora's box, unless you level civilization and make everyone start over from the Stone Age, you're not going back. You're only going forward, because people want the newest thing. That's just the nature of human nature. Bitcoin being created is something that cannot be stopped now. And now, because of that, it is a superior method of currency that you can't stop. The government can try and ban it. It's not going to happen. The government can try and regulate it. It'll work, but it's not going to stop it. Bitcoin is here to stay, and whoever uses it will reap the economic rewards, and they will become more powerful than their enemy. In the same way that if Russia builds a nuclear bomb, then we need to build a nuclear bomb. And if Russia builds 100, we need 120. That is how proliferation of nukes happen, and it's the same way that proliferation of Bitcoin will happen. So don't be afraid when other countries are talking about adopting Bitcoin or something. That's a good thing, because that is going to lead to mass adoption on every single level, because no one can take charge of it, because it is by its very nature decentralized. I think I've made my point.
Yeah. We're about to move into Cardano news and what they're doing with smart contracts. Maybe some of you have already seen some of those headlines. I want to answer one question real quick. I did in the comments, but I want you guys all to hear this. William Terp asked, what do you do when you have a family member who is not listening to you pretty much and not agreeing about the adoption of Bitcoin? What's really funny, William, is that I actually have been dealing with two family members on this issue. One is my brother and one is my uncle-in-law, so like my wife's uncle. You cannot convince anyone to do anything. And if you did, that would go against the whole idea of what Bitcoin is about, being decentralized. It's allowing the people to have power. Here is what you do. You have two options, and I'm going to choose the second one, but I'll let you know. The first thing is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You tell them what the news is, and then say if they don't want to take it, whatever. That's up to you. The second one is you do this, and this is what I'm planning on doing. I continue to encourage my family. I continue to educate them. I continue to teach them about what Bitcoin is and why it's so vital. But what I'm doing is storing up and preparing, because as I educate them, even if they disagree, the time will come where they will see I am right. And if I prepared myself and I prepared myself to take care of them as well, I will be able to bring them in. Because ultimately, you're talking about family. You don't leave family out in the cold. You take care of family. So what can you do if your family doesn't listen to you? Be there for them, be wise for them, make moves for them, because there will be a day they will come running to you and they will say, you're right, I was wrong, help me, and you need to be prepared.
You do. And guys, by the way, if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you smash that like button. I really appreciate the 1,500 people that are watching. Let's see if we can't get to 500 likes. Guys, it's totally free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Smash that like button. By the way, if you don't like the video, hit the dislike button twice so we know you really hated it. And by the way, that notification bell, we've actually coded it in the back end of YouTube so that if you hit the post notification bell, it registers like 10 dislikes. It's not going to show up, but it will work. So make sure you hit that notification bell as well. Guys, also remember the coupon code April 2021 is extending until midnight tonight on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. For anyone who doesn't know what CT2A is, that is the academy backed up by 5,000 hours of research that I have done in cryptocurrency markets. I've read tons of books, I've watched tons of videos, I've been doing technical analysis, trading, and investing for the last 4 years, and I am going to teach you everything I know in the academy. I poured my heart and soul into it so that you guys can go through it and learn everything that took me thousands of hours to learn in 12 hours of content. You can be done by next week what took me years to learn, but you're gonna have to work for it, and you can find the link in the description box down below. Drop a 1 in chat if you have gone through CT2A and you were loving it. Tim?
It goes till midnight, not 11.
It goes till, does it go to 11 or midnight?
11.
Oh, it goes till 11
so
p.m.
Don't wait till 11:01.
Oh, don't wait till midnight.
Before 11 p.m.
Go to 11 p.m., guys.
Eastern time.
Eastern time. Make sure you get signed up today. So, where are we going next, Tim?
We are going to jump into the news that has broken in Cardano. First of all, as you
Alonzo.
guys can see just by going to CoinMarketCap or wherever you get your prices, Cardano is doing Cardano is sitting at 140. Come
Really?
on. Cardano's sitting at 140.
Ooh.
The question is why, and we're about to talk about that.
Indeed. Guys, let's go ahead and start with some Cardano technical analysis. Then we'll talk about Alonzo here in a second. Guys, Cardano has gone on a major rally in the last couple of hours. Even since we sat down to do our planning this morning, Cardano has rallied quite a bit. Tim, can you refresh me? What's my price prediction on Cardano?
It is sitting at 143, and if you remember, I
said
liked
143.
your prediction.
I said
hope
143.
you win.
I said 143. Okay, I might be the winner on that.
You might not win the other two, but you'll probably win that one.
Probably. Am I the highest on Cardano?
You are. You're at 143.
Okay.
I'm sitting at 140. Smay,
Awesome.
who you guys say, oh, hey, Smay hates to lose. Smay hates to lose. Well, Smay said 131. So
Oof.
who hates losing?
That's
Sorry,
You know.
is it Friday? Oh, you're right.
No, it's
only
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's only
So we
Tuesday,
have
and it's
several
already
days.
And
All right.
Coinbase hasn't even
$1.39.
broken, Smay,
Coinbase
so-
hasn't even gone IPO yet, and we're already $1.39.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead and jump onto the chart, and let's go ahead and start. Guys, Coinbase. That's all I can think about right now. Cardano is up 15% in the last 72 hours, rallying from Smay's prediction of $1.21. It left that far behind. Sorry, I don't know what to say about that, but it rallied all the way to $1.39 right now. If we look at the hourly chart, we can see that the last 6 hours on Cardano have rallied us all the way from $1.28 all the way 8% to the north to $1.38. We've rallied 10 cents in 8 hours. That's a big deal, something you need to pay attention to. Here's something else you need to pay attention to. I talked about this on the show. Everybody who's not subscribed to the show, you need to subscribe to this show. You need to subscribe to the channel. Why? Not for our sake. Here's why. Because we talked about this. We predicted that Cardano was going to rally here. A couple days ago, we talked about Cardano going to $1.50 because of this MACD cross. We predicted this breakout. I'm not saying I told you so. I'm just saying subscribe to the channel because we have some good content. Anyway, we can also see RSI is rallying, is sitting at 66. That means that even despite the fact that Cardano has already rallied quite a bit, we still have a long way to go. You can see the RSI rallied all the way to 90 back in the beginning of February. We can see that it's only sitting at 66 right now, which indicates that we have a long way that we can potentially go on Cardano. I'm going to go to a cleaner chart really quickly here. You can see that we have a resistance level sitting up at $1.49, and you can also see that there's an important level of resistance right now sitting at $1.38. That level of resistance is constituted by the fact that Cardano had its bodies rally all the way up to this level back in mid-March, and we have now broken above that. Something else you need to take note of, guys, are the way that these three candlesticks look. For everyone who is in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, there's a video down here called Introduction to Candlestick Analysis, a 21-minute long video, and if I remember correctly, I go over, it's either 9 or 12 different candlestick types, and one of the candlestick types and one of the candlestick patterns that you need to look at is what we're seeing right here. This is what is known as a 3 white soldiers pattern, and it normally shows up in the middle or the beginning of an uptrend and indicates increased growth on the chart. Understanding the way the candlesticks look and operate is very important to your technical analysis, and this is very bullish for Cardano. And that leads us into the news on Cardano, because there is some important news going on Cardano called Alonzo. In fact, let's go to full screen, and Tim, can you introduce this news article for us so that people kind of know what's going on here?
No, so actually, Jebb, I'm gonna let you do it because we found this article this morning. I didn't even get to read all of it, other than I read that this new project Alonzo. A lot of people, and I think Charles is the one talking to, but a lot of people think that this is going to allow them to have the most efficient version of smart contracts of any blockchain out there. But I didn't get to read the full article, so I'm very excited to hear what you read there.
So let's go ahead and do it, guys. If we jump on over to my screen, we can see that Alonzo is coming soon to support Cardano's platform that will support Cardano's smart contracts. IOHK, Input Output Hong Kong, the team behind the update, is looking to establish Cardano as the leading smart contract platform last month. The group launched Mary, a multi-asset modification that enables users to develop unique tokens for Cardano transactions. If I remember correctly, that came along with NFT news that we talked about. We can also see let's jump down here. According to the Cardano roadmap, the Alonzo update will be live this summer of this year. Through the update, it will provide Cardano with help for smart contracts digital agreements. It will also offer companies and developers opportunities by enabling smart contracts and decentralized application dApps. So there's the point. Let's go back to full screen, and I want to explain why this is important. Here's exactly why this is important, guys. We've heard the argument many times on this channel. And by the way, we're not trying to shill Cardano. I do think it's a good project, but we understand there are other good projects in the space, Bitcoin and Ethereum being two of them. But one of the reasons that I love Cardano so much is that it managed to reach a $44 billion market capitalization without smart contracts and without decentralized applications. Huh? Come again? You're meaning to tell me that Ethereum rallied to $250 billion because of smart contracts and decentralized applications? Cardano is just having those go live now, and it's already worth $50 billion? Where might this currency go next? And I want to hear your opinions on that in the chat, guys. What do you think is the future of Cardano? Where do you think this coin is going to go? Do you think it's going to overtake Ethereum? I don't know. I really think that they're both going to maintain multi-hundred billion, maybe even trillion-dollar market capitalizations. By the way, for those of you who think I'm a Cardano shill, I own a lot more Ethereum than I do Cardano. Like a couple orders of magnitude more Ethereum than I do Cardano. So don't think I hate Ethereum. But anyway, what do you got? What is the opinion in chat, Tim? What are we seeing?
So there's a lot of people talking about a lot of things at the moment. But there was a lot of question earlier and a lot of discussion about whether it's too late to buy a Cardano, whether they should get in it now.
Yep.
And I responded to one of the comments, and I'll say it again on live. It really depends on what you're thinking. So first of all, if you're on this chat and you don't believe in Cardano, then I would tell you don't buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, ultimately, this is the whole point of this channel. This is why you should subscribe. This is why you should join in every single day.
Yes.
We are not going to tell you what to think. We are going to help teach you how to think.
Yep.
Even though we are very like-minded in this room, despite sometimes we give each other a hard time, we all have our individual opinions that are similar because we learn from each other, but we all have our own opinions and we all think for ourselves. We are not going to tell you any differently. Think for yourself. But if you are bullish on Cardano, if you do believe in it, if you are in agreement with us that Cardano is going to explode, then it is for sure not too late to buy. Who cares if, like, I think at the moment it's sitting at 140. Who cares if it drops down to 135? Who cares if it drops to 120? Because if your long-term view is it's going to blow up, then you'll buy in. We talked about, someone talked on here, I think someone said that they tried to convince their parents to buy in at 30 cents. Well, guess what? If 30 cents dropped to 5 cents, that doesn't look so great. But if I had been able to buy at 30 cents, I would be ecstatic. I didn't get into Cardano till I think it was at 90 cents. But I'm still loving it. And I can't wait for the day when we're looking back and it's sitting somewhere close to, I think we have a prediction later this year. It's going to be $8. If it's sitting at $8, I'm going to look back and be ecstatic that I got in at 90 and then bought again at 120 and then bought again at 140 and then bought again at $2 and then bought again at $3. It is not too late if you believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then it's always too late. If you think that, why, somebody also asked, what's our opinion on XRP? Why does Jebb kind of poop on XRP? XRP is climbing, but Jebb doesn't believe in it. I don't believe in it. Smay doesn't believe in it. So is it too late to buy XRP? Absolutely. But why? Not because that means the price is going to go up. It's because we don't believe in it. So therefore, we're not going to purchase it. If you do believe in it, then it's not too late. Purchase it, Yeah,
and guys, that's what I was talking about on the weekend video when I was driving around, is I was basically telling you guys, you need to know what you believe. Because the foundation of anything that you'll ever do in cryptocurrency markets or entrepreneurial endeavors or in business or in career or anything, having a family, having a wife, having kids, going to the moon, buying Bitcoin, it's all based on your beliefs. And the sad thing is, you might think this is off topic from cryptocurrency, but it's really not. The sad thing is, so many people go through live and they do one action and one action and one action, and all of it accumulates to nothing. I used the analogy on the weekend video that everyone drives 1,000 miles in their life, but most people do a big circle and they drive around and around and around and around and around and around, and they end up right where they started instead of driving that 1,000 miles in one direction and winding up somewhere. You can either do a lap around the county 50 times and drive 1,000 miles, or you can drive halfway across the country and get somewhere. Most people drive in circles. I want you to drive somewhere, but the only way you know what your destination is by knowing what you believe in. That's why we don't like Cardano. Excuse me. That's why we don't like XRP, is because we don't believe what XRP believes. I do believe what Cardano believes. I do believe what Ethereum believes. I do strongly believe what Bitcoin believes. And for that reason, those are the big three that we talk about on this channel a lot. I believe in those projects, and I think there's a very good reason to believe in those projects. Give me a 1 in chat if you like those 3 projects. Here's the deal. Cardano has a bright future. It has a very intelligent development team behind it. It is well funded. It has a wealth of opportunity in Africa and everywhere. It has the ability to compete with Ethereum in its own backyard. This is something we're going to talk about in a future stream, talking about how the miners are probably going to help prevent some of the big major updates that needs to come to Ethereum, and it could slow down Ethereum, allowing Cardano to come up. Subscribe to the channel. We have an amazing debate coming up on Cardano versus Ethereum that I know you guys are going to want to stay tuned for. By the way, if you're enjoying today's video, smash that like button. Thank you so much for us hitting 500 likes. But at the end of the day, guys, what it comes down to is not picking the right coin. It's not about picking the right coin. It's not about getting in at the right time. It's not about timing the market. It's not even all about your knowledge of the space. What it is about is this. It's about knowing where you want to go and aligning your desires and aligning your actions in that direction. And what that means is that if you believe what Cardano believes, then buy Cardano. If you don't believe what Cardano believes, then don't buy Bitcoin, then don't buy Cardano, but at least know what you believe and know what the project believes, and then that will be the filter by which you can make wise decisions.
Real quick before we move on, because I know we have another segment we want to cover. Also, if you guys want this show to be extended, we've talked about this, those of you who have been here a couple days, if you want the show extended, you want us to answer more questions, get us to 1,000 likes. That's our deal with you guys. If you get us to 1,000 likes, we'll extend the show, answer more questions. Otherwise, we only have a little bit of time left. But someone commented in chat, why do we never talk about Chili's? We don't talk about it very much because we still need to see a lot develop there. I want to talk about it really quickly because this is a coin that's dear to me.
I definitely thought you were talking about the restaurant, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Cryptocurrency.
People are going to hate, but I think that's a great restaurant. But anyway,
oh my gosh.
To the coin.
I love it. I just had it yesterday.
It's in the sports world. Someone was talking about how with the, I think they said, was it the PSG game tonight or, whatever, soccer, European soccer. I think that it has a massive future for anyone asking about it. I think it's going to grow. It's still in price discovery mode pretty hard. But just so you guys know, that is a coin that the Beard is interested in because the Beard loves sports. Any coin that has to deal with the sports world, I'm going to be invested in. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to watch. I'm not ready to say, sell all your other coins and get into Chili's. Don't think we'll ever get there. That being said, for those of you who do like that coin, keep an eye on it. I've been saying this for a long time. I'm the oddball in the office. It's not that no one ever saw a sports game before. I know Smay likes basketball. I know Dos plays. Yeah, exactly. But they bully me, actually, believe it or not. I'm the biggest guy in the office, and they bully me.
You bully me about, Star Wars and stuff.
I never bully you about Star Wars. Oh, my God. I have a whole video on Instagram about Star Wars, so that's a mute argument. They bully me because of my sports fandom, but guess what, guys? The sports world, we've said this before, don't attach yourself emotionally to a coin. Attach yourself to what's going to grow and what's going to make money. Whether you like sports or not, sports is a massive industry. And so when the blockchain development gets involved there, Chili's, I think another one is Flow. We see some NFTs getting in the sports world. I'm bullish on those, not because I think that I think that the world they're getting into is a massive world.
Yeah.
It's a world I understand. As Jebb just pointed out, it's a world I believe in. So therefore, I believe in those projects. That being said, make sure you do your research before you get in there, and don't do something just because you see. Don't FOMO. Don't just do it because everybody else is.
Yeah, I'm really bullish on Applebee's.
Real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to all. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to all of our crypto noobs. A couple people are calling you a noob in chat, Tim, and this is true.
I am a noob. Yeah,
Tim is a noob, but here's the deal.
We're talking about that tomorrow.
But here's the deal: Tim being a noob is a great thing, and that's actually why he's on the show. I didn't bring Tim on the show and have him as my co-host because he's an expert in the space. I brought him on the show because he's a noob. What? Jebb, what are you doing? You're going to destroy your reputation. Jebb, what are you doing? I know what I'm doing, guys. Here's why Tim's on the show. Tim is on the show because he's similar to the people entering the cryptocurrency space right now.
Yeah.
Here's something that we see happen too much in crypto. This happens in every fandom or community or whatever you want to call it. Everybody starts ostracizing the people that are new to the space. And guess what happens? Nobody wants to join the space, and the whole space dies. It's happened over and over and over again in different fandoms. It's happened in different communities and clubs, and everybody always ostracizes the new guy. Here's the deal. I'm not for the guy that's been here for 5 years. I want to support the guy that's been here for 5 years. I want to help you, but I'm really here for the people that have been here for 6 months. For the guy that's been here for a year. I'm here for the person that doesn't know where to turn, and they don't know the questions that they need to ask because they don't know what answers they need because they don't know what questions they need to ask. Tim is a noob. Yes. But guess what? Tim is hungry for knowledge, and for that reason, he has something that a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space don't, because a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space got complacent and think they know everything, and they don't. Tim is a noob, yes, but here's the deal. 80% of the people watching this stream are noobs. And that's a great thing. Welcome to the cryptocurrency space. We are privileged to have you here. That is not a slight. I do not use noob as an insult. I use noob as a compliment, because it means that you're interested in something. It means you're trying to grow. So shout out to our noobs.
Yeah.
I love that we have a noob on the stream.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you guys are in agreement with that, so tomorrow, what Jebb mentioned earlier, tomorrow Jebb's gonna be out of the office. He is bringing some big stuff for you guys in the next couple of months. So he has to be at a meeting. However, Smay and I are gonna be running the show.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have another friend on the show. And we're gonna talk about news. We're gonna still break down news, because you can be a noob and still know what's happening in the news. But we are gonna talk about how to be successful in crypto being a noob, because we are noobs. I may be the newest of everyone in this office, but that being said, you are not worthless. You can still add to the table as a noob, and we're going to talk about the way you actually be successful. Little hindsight there, like a little insight into what we're going to be talking about. One thing, me as a noob, I'm listening to Jebb all the time. Jebb is an expert. Jebb is the opposite of a noob. That being said, Jebb, how many times have I asked you a question that made you think, that helped reposition the way you think?
Exactly. And guys, that's why we love our crypto noobs, because there's so many things that I just take for granted because I've been in the space for the last 4 years. Guys, I've been working in cryptocurrency since I was 16 years old. I'm not that old. I've been working here for a fifth of my life. I know a lot about crypto, just being honest with you. And because of that, here's a weakness that I have. Oftentimes, I assume that people know the things that I know. And that's not true. Yeah. Sometimes I explain things, and I don't explain it on a simple enough level so that our crypto noobs understand it. You know how many crypto noobs are in the space right now? Yeah. A lot of them. So that's one of the reasons I love Tim, is because Tim's like, hey, Jebb, I know you know what you're talking about, but I have no freaking clue what that was supposed to mean. Can you bring that down to earth?
We joke around the office that, I'm the crypto beard, I'm the non-crypto Tim. We also joke that I am the Jebb Wrangler.
Yes.
So
Jebb
for those of you who
Wrangler.
Jebb is so intelligent, sometimes he speaks over your head. I'm the one helping keep him down here on the ground to help teach you guys.
Yep.
So hopefully, if I ever do become an expert, we'll bring in another noob, and we're gonna keep it fresh, and we're gonna keep it new, and we're gonna keep it real.
So here's the final thing I'll say on that point to wrap it out, guys. There's something that noobs have that the experts don't. And you're gonna want to hear this, because this is the reason that David took down Goliath. This is the reason that Apple took down IBM. This is the reason that the little guy, the underdog, beats the status quo and the giant. This is exactly why the little guy wins when he wins. The little guy wins because he has a noob mentality. The little guy wins because he's hungry. The little guy wins because he knows that he doesn't know everything and he needs to learn. The little guy wins because he's hungry for knowledge and he doesn't think he has everything. The little guy wins because he's not complacent and he's excited and he has a drive to learn more. That is where the noob wins, because the noob understands that they don't know everything. The big guy, the guy that's been here forever, the guy that's been in the space for a very long time, I'm the king of crypto. I'm complacent. Ain't nobody gonna touch me because I know everything. And then guess what happens? You don't know everything because real world hits, and then you lose all your money. Have a noob mentality, and it'll take you a long way. Anyway, what's the final thing we're going to talk about here before we move on?
I have something to talk about. Guys,
let's hear it, Smay.
How are we at 1,700 people watching?
Almost 1,800.
Almost 1,800.
Almost 1,800. And only 673. That's disrespectful, guys. Come on.
Come on.
Like the stream, bro.
Hit that like
Smash
button.
that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes, and we'll extend the stream another 15 minutes. Guys, if you haven't already, join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The link is in the description box down below. If you want to learn how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you need to understand the skill sets and the mindsets that go into doing that. And that is what I have distilled thousands of hours of my own research down into a 12-hour academy that you can take by this time next week. You can watch it on the way to work. You can watch it on the way home. Please keep your eyes on the road. Just listen. We do not endorse texting / watching videos and driving, but you can listen to it. Unless you carpool. That's one way to do it. But either way, if you want to learn how to trade and invest and properly work in the cryptocurrency market, there is a sale that ends in exactly 13 hours. It's called April 2021. The code's going to flash on screen right now. If you use that code at checkout, you get $40 off. And by the way, anyone who has gone through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, let's see a 1 in chat. Let's get some more people to join on in. The people that have gone through CT2A love it. And the reason they love it is because it's a good value. It's a value course that is going to take you to the next level. And that sale ends today.
Yep. As we move towards the close, although we might extend the show because our likes are climbing. That being said, I want to move to the last bit of news we want to talk about. And that is, we're going to cover it very briefly, but let you know that we're going to be talking about this more. Those of you who have heard of Thorchain, if you've heard of Thorchain, give us a 1 in chat. But we read an article this morning posted that despite the fact that this Coinbase IPO news is massive, it might not even be the biggest news in the crypto space this week because Thorchain is coming and it is going to change the game. We might not see it maybe for a couple of years, but we will look back and say that was the week that Thorchain launched. Jebb, do you want to read that article?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump onto my screen and I'll tell you guys what we are talking about here because this is potentially a sleeper news article. This is potentially a huge story in the making. Let's see here. Shapeshift CEO and crypto industry expert stalwart Eric Voorhees, who you've probably heard of before, has suggested that the launch of Thorchain is arguably the biggest event in crypto this week. Remember, what's happening in crypto this week? Oh yeah, the first publicly traded cryptocurrency company is going live on a stock exchange. So that is a tall order. That is a big, massive statement. And considering all eyes on crypto are directed towards the Coinbase, blah, 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 I already said that. Thorchain's launch is scheduled for Tuesday and will mark the first time, listen up, because this is big. Anyone who knows what this is going to know why this is important. Thorchain's launch is scheduled for Tuesday, will mark the first time that native cryptocurrency assets can be traded on a DEX, a decentralized exchange, across unique blockchains without bridging technology or wrapped tokens. If you guys have been on CoinMarketCap and you're wondering, Jebb, what the hell is a wrapped Bitcoin and why is it saying it's worth $10 billion when that is clearly a scam? You can think about these wrapped programs or these wrapped projects like wrapped Bitcoin and all this as a derivative. It's a way of trading Bitcoin without actually holding Bitcoin. In the same way that when you buy a ETF in gold, you're not buying actual gold, you're buying a piece of paper that represents the value of gold. We explained what an ETF or what a derivative is like this. If I were to sell you this piece of paper for $63,000 because Bitcoin's trading at $63,000, I just sold you a derivative. This is saying that we are not going to have to deal with derivatives anymore, and Thorchain is going to allow for actual cryptocurrency exchanges for the first time in a decentralized way. This is a big deal, guys. This is a huge deal, and it's something that we're going to keep you up to date on right now. Right now, it's all speculation. It hasn't come out just yet, but I do want you guys to go ahead and read this article, so I will tell you what it is. The biggest event in crypto this week isn't Coinbase listing Eric Voorhees. Go ahead and read this on Cointelegraph. It's something that you're going to want to look into. Anyway, let's go back to full screen. Let's discuss for a little bit. Tim, why do you think this is a big deal? I know Dawson was talking about this as being a pretty huge deal.
No,
Dawson's a researcher, by the way.
So here's the noobness of me. I don't know yet, and I want to do deeper research. This is, we'll talk about this more tomorrow. The reason why I want to do more research is because I don't know, but I want to listen to the people who do know.
Yep.
And I want to learn from them, and I want to form. So I'm not going to give an opinion because the truth is it wouldn't be a very good one right now. So that's my take on it. But I trust people that are much more experienced and wiser than me. And I think Dawson might be on the show tomorrow. Maybe he'll give a little insight into it because I know he has an opinion.
Absolutely, guys. Well, I think we've covered everything we want to cover in today's show. Do you think we're ready to wrap it out, Tim?
Let's wrap it out. A couple of questions. We'll update you guys on what's happening in the team competition so you guys know what team is winning. And just to give you a little insight, it's Team Tim.
Oh my gosh.
But any questions real quick before we wrap it out?
Let's see, I don't know. They didn't hit the like goal. We're already kind of going over.
We're already going over. We're already 3 minutes over.
A little free time.
We're giving them a little freebie.
All right.
Giving a little freebie.
We will update you guys on what's happening. So just in case you are new, we predict every single Monday what ADA, Ethereum, and Bitcoin will look like on Friday. ADA is Cardano. And I'm going to update you guys every single day on who is winning, what it's looking like. So Cardano was sitting at 130 on Monday. Team Smay, who he claims to be the team of winners, thinks that on Friday it will only be $1.31. So let us know what you think on that.
Team of winners might need to change its name, huh?
Team yeah, I know that. Team Jebb,
even if you guys win, I still have the most wins. So
yeah, we don't care about the old. We care about the new. We care about who's winning this week right now.
Easy for somebody who hasn't won in a while. To
I
say.
won like 2 weeks ago.
Dang.
Hey, let's wait till Friday. We'll see who wins Friday. I actually like Jebb's pick because he said $1.43. My analysis was only $1.40, but this would be one that I'm happy to lose because I think I'm going to win the other two anyway. But I would love to see Cardano go above 143, stick there. So let us know. Are you Team Smay at 131, Team Jebb at 143, or Team Tim at 140?
Let's hear it, Team Jebb. Team Jebb. Hashtag Team Jebb in the comment section.
Here is where we're getting interesting, and this is why I want to see what you guys think. We haven't even had the Coinbase IPO, and yet we're exploding. Ethereum, it was sitting at 2,160. Team Smay is not very bullish on Ethereum, and he has his opinions. We might even talk about that tomorrow. He thinks Ethereum will be sitting at 2,200. Jebb said 2,325, and Team Tim said 2,395. I think, I'm not going to update my vote because that's illegal. I think we might even be sitting above that 2,400, but we'll see. At the end of the day, I think I'm going to win that one. I think I might win that one comfortably. On Bitcoin, it was sitting at 60,500. We have been waiting for it, and finally, we are above. Now, Team Smay thinks 62,500. Little low. Jebb thinks 63,000, and I think my guess is low, which is 65,000.
Yeah.
But let us know in chat what you think. Guys, I think this is my prediction for the week. I think Team Jebb is going to win Cardano. I think Team Tim, though, is going to bring home the complete W in both Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Maybe.
But let us know in chat, what team are you? Are you faithful to Team Smeg? He has won a lot recently.
Yeah.
But I think that's coming to a close.
Yep.
Are you Team Jebb, the TA expert, or are you Team Tim, the noob, non-crypto Tim, the beard? Let us know in chat. And that's going to wrap out our stream today.
Sounds like the tree might be about to get chopped down, huh, Tim?
It sounds like it.
Whoa.
It sounds like it.
Whoa.
All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed today's stream, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. We have a video coming out later today, so make sure you press that notification bell so you will be updated when that video comes out. You're not going to want to miss it. I do a ton of Bitcoin technical analysis in it. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different news on Bitcoin, and I'm going to tell you my Bitcoin price prediction for the next 14 days in that video, so make sure you stay tuned. That video will be coming out in roughly 3.5 hours. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for that. And if you haven't already, consider joining the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. That coupon code will last another 12 and a half hours. You don't have much time. Join the Academy. The link's in the description box down below. You get $40 off a coupon code April 2021. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.